Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Gyan on the Go. So in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the advantages of working in a startup. So I've of late seen a lot of fresh graduates who have expressed their willingness to work for a bigger concern or an MNC, and they've got their own reasons for that. And I've also seen a lot of colleges bragging about their students getting placed in an MNC. The reason being, they consider working for an MNC as a successful thing, and they also feel that their career is set once they start working in an MNC. But on the contrary, what I personally feel is to kickstart your career, startups are the best place. Okay, and how am I saying this, or why am I saying this? I have got a few statements. I have got a few points to justify my statement. So let's see them one by one. Just a heads up guys, to justify the statement that I made, I would be taking the roles in a product based company as an example, and I would be explaining things based on the role that is prevalent in a product based company, so that you'll be able to relate so much to it. See, the scope for learning in a startup is incredibly high, and that is one of the major reasons why people actually choose to work for a startup. So why am I saying that the scope for learning is high? Because in most of the cases what happens is you would be a part of a very small team, or in most cases you would be the only person managing a particular task. So in this case there is no one to actually guide you. I mean, startup doesn't have the luxury to train you and then put you on the task or job. Rather, what happens is, right from the word go, you have to jump into the task, get your hands dirty, try out multiple things, figure out a way to get things done. You'll probably make a lot of mistakes. Ensure that you make different mistakes each time, learn from your mistakes, and finally you have to deliver the outcome. So this entire process, right, is incredibly cool process which allows you to learn a lot of things. So which this amount of luxury or this level of freedom is not available in a MNC or a bigger organizations, because they don't have room for failures, or they don't have room to try and test out multiple things. So probably that is one of the major advantage a startup has. They have a lot of room for making a lot of mistakes and learning from the mistakes. Okay, that doesn't mean, I'm not saying that you can keep making mistakes. You will definitely make mistakes, but you will also have to learn a lot from the mistakes that you make, and ensure that you correct it the next time you do it, and finally you have to deliver the outcome that is expected out of you. So when a fresher listens to this conversation, right, they may probably feel that okay, there is no one going to train me on the task, and how am I going to learn things? And if I've got to learn everything, it's going to be a kind of tedious. So that's how a fresher is going to feel. But I'm not trying to tell all these things to instill fear in people. Trust me, if you have the interest to learn things, learn different things, or learn new things, probably this is one of the best way to get started. Okay, and don't assume or don't think that there is no one going to help you out. I'm saying that there's no one going to train you, but there'll definitely be people who might whom you can approach to get help from. Okay, they won't sit with you and offer a classroom based training or do a KT on a daily basis. Probably when you are stuck somewhere, you do have the liberty to go and approach people and get help from them. And trust me, this is going to be one of the best places to learn a lot of new things. Exposure and learning both work hand in hand. The more you're exposed to challenges, the more is the learning. So this is how it works. On a day-to-day basis, you will be encountering a lot of challenges in a startup. Okay, so let's assume that you join a product-based company as a sales executive. Okay, you don't have much time to prepare yourself before you hit the market. So as I told you, the maximum amount of time that you have with you is 1 week. In that 1 week, you have to understand what the product does, and you have to know who your target audiences are, and you have to know how to pitch the product, and you also have to know how each and every feature in your product works. Okay, so maximum time you've got to do all these things is 1 week. After 1 week, you're all set to hit the market. So it might so happen that the first customer whom you meet could possibly be a enterprise customer. Okay, when it comes to a bigger organizations, right? I mean, they don't let a fresher or a new person to or approach or pitch a product to a enterprise customer, because you don't have the luxury of failing there. You don't have room to make mistakes there. But whereas when it comes to a startup, right, you will be exposed to these kind of opportunities. Okay, and you would be making a lot of mistakes, but still they would be okay with that. You can learn from your mistakes. They very well understand that people tend to make a lot of mistakes, but they learn from their mistakes. Okay, so you would be put across, or you'll be asked to pitch the product to an enterprise customer. You might even fail, but that they're fine with that. But the next time that you pitch a product, to ensure that you don't make the same mistake again, you have to like learn from your mistakes and keep on enhancing your skills. So this is what is expected out of you. So likewise, there are a lot of challenges that on a daily basis you would be encountering, and there are also possibilities for you to like attend events or represent your companies in events. Okay, and these kind of opportunities you don't get it in an MNC at the start. You get it at a very later point in time, but whereas in a startup you get it at a very initial stage, which is actually the greatest advantage. We all know that in a startup there are not going to be many people who are going to handle a particular project or a module. Okay, it's hardly going to be a 3-member or a couple of person who's going to handle a particular module, or in most of the cases it could be just one person handling an entire module as such. So you might be just out of college, but still this is the kind of responsibility that would be like expected out of you. So you have to take ownership of the product, and you have to be very much responsible, and you have to show a lot of intent and character to ensure that you deliver the outcome that is expected out of you. And if you keep doing this day in and day out, probably the chances for you to like go up the ladder within the organization is incredibly higher, and you can do it at a much faster rate when compared to a bigger organization where it actually takes years for you to like go up the ladder. By going up the ladder, I'm talking about the designation changes, okay, the promotions that we refer to, right? All these happens in a bigger organization at a very slow pace. But whereas if you demonstrate these skills that I spoke about now, ownership, acting responsibly, and then showing a lot of intent and character, if you keep doing this and deliver the outcome as and when it is expected out of you, if you keep doing this on a regular basis, the chances for you to like go up the ladder is so high, and you can do it at a very faster pace. I mean, you can do it very quickly. You'll be like, you could be hardly a 1-year-old person in a company, but still you would find yourself to be in a better position when compared to a person who's working in a MNC for the same number of years. See, the one other beauty of being a part of a startup is that you get to try your hands on multiple things. Okay, so it also gives you the exposure to understand how a company is built from the scratch. Okay, let's take an example here. Let's assume you join a product-based company as a developer. So having joined the team as a developer, your role is not restricted to just coding or building a feature or a module. Okay, above that, what you've got to do is you've got to try your hands, or you've got to like pitch in for the sales demos. You have to ensure that the module that you have built in is being conveyed to the prospect or the customer in the right sense. You have to do that. You have to handle a bit of support calls, support emails, support chats. You've got to handle a bit of those. And you have to like interact a lot with the marketing team and ensure that the feature that you have built in is being marketed in the right sense. And you have to interact a lot with the technical writers or content writing team, and ensure that the content that they have built, or the help documents that they have come up with related to the product that you have been working on, or related to the feature that you have been working on, is being put up correctly, or they have come up with the right content. You should also like interact with the design team and ensure that the UI UX part are like good enough so that the customers have a easy experience using the product. So Though your role is just a developer, you will be pitching in, you will be doing a bit of everything in the company, thereby making you the jack of all the domains and at the same time master of your own domain. I always have this habit of saving the best for the last. Working with great minds. How often do people get an opportunity to work closely with the C-level executives? Very rare, right? But when it comes to a startup, you meet them on a daily basis. They would be sitting right across the aisle or right next to your cubicle. Okay, I mean, they are like easily approachable. You can approach them for any doubts that you have got, or if you hit a roadblock, probably like you can approach them and get it removed for you. And they're like easily approachable. You can go and talk to them about anything. So that is one of the biggest advantage of working in a startup. And on top of that, startups don't recruit in numbers. I mean, they don't recruit more number of people to perform a particular task. They are very, very, very selective when it comes to recruitment, and they believe a lot in quality than quantity. So the people to whom they're going to recruit are also going to be greatest minds. Okay, they ensure that a person with the greatest skill set are the ones who are going to be recruited into the team. So definitely the person who comes into the team or who's going to be onboarded into the team is also going to be one of the greatest minds. So you get an opportunity to work closely with a lot of intellectual people, which from whom you can learn a lot. The experience that you're going to gain by working with them is immense. Okay, trust me, you would turn out to be one of the most intelligent person by having a lot of conversation and by learning things from them. And this is one of the major advantage of working in a startup. After watching this video, even if one person decides to kickstart his or her career in a startup, I would be the most happiest person. And I also believe I've given proper justification to why working in a startup is much better than working in a bigger organizations. If you like this video, please don't forget to like it and share your feedback in the comment section. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.